other options should be considered before going through something that's going to cost the taxpayers a lot of money, and I feel that they also are not aware of it. And I'm sure maybe you take a poll of the room to find out how many people actually knew about this, that this was going on. I think it's very upsetting. And when I found out about it, I was just appalled, and that's why I'm here. And I don't have a lot of time. I have a newborn baby at home right now, and I'm just very upset about it. That's why I'm here.
All right. Typically, we don't respond to public comments because there's a chance for the public to speak. But just to clear up something, there's a letter going around and a website or two and a Facebook page or two with a fair amount of misrepresentation. You should be aware that no contracts have been signed, no hard decisions have been made.
Our Hastings Mayor Peter Swiderski, who's going to talk a little bit about the developments in Hastings with regard to the deer population control. And we have to, you're welcome to sit or stand, but you got to use a mic either way. And I can't even tell you which camera's on, so you'll just have to trust us that we'll capture you.
You don't have to worry about it.
We have you covered.
There's many. Thank you, Mayor Siegel, for having me here. It hasn't been done.
The issue with that particular point is just reducing the 500-foot circumference because it's
It won't be reduced.
Oh.
It won't be reduced. Net and bolt doesn't require any.
So the only thing they authorize now is just
Is shooting.
I mean, it's net. I mean, it's
And
not that much
shooting works
different. So I
else.
can't imagine they're going to object to this. But
I can't imagine either. But we,
Net and bolt
all over the village, in any green space where we can shield from, casual observation. That's right. We don't. It's a brutal. Frankly, it's brutal. Anytime you kill an animal, it's brutal.
Yeah.
So it's not anything you necessarily want in public view, and it will be in the center of parks that will be screened by volunteers during that period. But it's a safer to bystanders. There's some risk taken on by the people who actually engage it because you have to approach a thrashing deer in a net. So there is some danger to the people who are actually hired to do it. Clearly, the more communities that join, the longer the period is between culls, because the ink blots in the surrounding communities won't be spreading as quickly into ours. That's why we welcome Dobbs Ferry and are pleased to hear that in doing so, the northern flank, so to speak, is covered. I guess what I'm saying is we're doing this no matter what.
My name is Barbara Stagno. I'm a Dobbs Ferry resident. I'm here to speak about the same issue that the woman just spoke on, which is the deer issue. I'm here because I'm working with a task force in Dobbs Ferry, which is exploring surgical sterilization and is exploring immunocontraception. And we're very disappointed. I'm very disappointed, let me speak for myself and not for Dobbs Ferry, that Hastings is pursuing this very extreme, lethal method of deer control. I know you just said it's not set in stone, but the DEC says that they have granted the permit. I don't know if you're aware of that, but Kevin Clark of the DEC came to our task force meeting and said that Hastings' permit has been approved, and it's been approved effective now. Okay, so that's...
We haven't been informed or received
Okay, well, that is something you might want to know. Also, you were at one of the Dobbs Ferry meetings and seemed to indicate that this was something you were going to go forward with and that it was not open for public discussion. I hope that that's correct, that it is open for public discussion.
Of course it is.
Okay, I think that's important because the people I've been speaking to aren't aware about it. I just want to talk for a second about what my role on the Dobbs Ferry Committee has been to bring the information about what other options there are that are humane, that are non-lethal. And one of of the women on our committee is collecting data on surgical sterilization and working with veterinarians to donate time and to look at doing this in a field setting. I have been speaking to an expert at Tufts University Center for Veterinary Medicine who has pioneered immunocontraception, which is using vaccines to do contraception in deer. He came down to Greenberg to speak to local officials, and we are talking about it in Dobbs Ferry. We are looking to see if we can get a permit. Irvington is interested. We would like to speak to Hastings. I have information. I was very disappointed that no one came to the meeting in January, which I set up for all of the river towns and for Greenberg. I'd like to see Hastings collect the information. And I would also like to say that lethal methods, in addition to being extremely cruel, are ineffective for the following reason. You always have a rebound effect. Whenever you kill animals, whether it's going to be by bow and arrow, whether it's rifle, or whether you do net and bolt, which is the method that Hastings seems to be pursuing, deer fertility responds to the food supply. When you have fewer deer, you have greater amounts of food for the deer, and then they will give birth the following season to twins and to triplets. You have a documented rebound effect, and you're in a killing cycle, and what you're doing is you're perpetuating the problem. And this is always one of the problems with hunting. It's why communities are looking for other solutions in addition to the cruelty involved. Netting and bolting is medieval. It's barbaric. I know I don't live in this community, but I live in a neighboring community. I would really hate to see it come here. Thank you very much.
Thank you.